Welcome back, everyone. All right, so in this episode, we're gonna, I think, finish the game. Ideally, we're gonna finally get to Kaiser. Chances are, it's not gonna be in this episode, but I'm saying it anyways because that's my intention. We're also going to start off though, taking out Veen, who's one of the bounties, and then I think there's this island here that might have the other last bounty that we haven't turned in. Then we're gonna return to Nakataka, just so you guys know, and then we're gonna go up towards the barricade. I want to make sure I'm a high enough level. And then after that, the next plan is to go to the Holland scene when I'm at a better level, and hopefully be able to take care of that shit. And then if I'm still interested, I might come over here for this really difficult DLC. But that one doesn't seem like it's that much. That seems like it's just 100% endgame, where there's not much of a storyline, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, I'm all about the storyline here. So let's focus on one thing at a time. Ironically, I'm doing bounties, which don't have much in the storyline. All right, so let's get going. There we go. Went up 2 in moral, that's good. Wait a second. Went to the second. Surgeon. There we go. Alright, and then we're gonna go back here. There we go. Level 10. Alright, so we're gonna see, we got this guy. Hopefully I don't have to do so much turning that like takes a while. I'm hoping that this time it's just one. It's 2. Damn it. Okay, it's 2 for them. Good. Hold position. Oh, sweet. Fire. They got a bunch of deckhands. That's pretty hard. They got 90, so I think I could do damage there. Let's do that. Cannonball. There we go. Got 40. Do that. That's not necessarily smart. So now this is gonna suck, but okay. I mean, it's smart for him to do that because, yeah. Okay. Still turning around. Oh, fucker. Alright, holding steady. Fire. Cannonballs. Let's go. Ooh. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna give no quarter in charge. There we go. Though in reality, I probably would have destroyed their ship right there. So, guess they didn't have that considered. All right, let's just go. Ooh, you know what I probably need to do when I finish the bounties is before the blockade. Yeah, these
Nothing
guys
I
are
know to do.
injured. Or is this from this? It's from the last episode, probably.
How do you like that mist?
But yeah, I should level up these all these people, so that way for these battles. There we go. Okay, now thought I would have had this finished, but yeah, you know what? Let's just go back to Nakataka. Prepare my ship. Probably sleep in it to get some better benefits. Is anyone hurt? That person's hurt. That's fine that they're in the... Alright, pause it. Veen. I thought I just did that. Was that not Veen? That wasn't Veen. I don't know who that was. Shit. Okay. Anyways, these two, Dunnage and Serpent's Crown. Well, I'm already here, so Serpent's Crown it is. Traveling slums in Nakataka. Something happened. Journey through the streets of Nakataka is interrupted by a kith detached from the shadows before you. Cloaked and armored men were saying nothing as it spread around your place around. Identify the ambusher. Let's try this one. This guy. Failure. What do you want? Flee. Success. Because my guys need to rest. Speaking of that, let's do that here. So then I will go to Serpent's Crown.
All right, Aloth. You have been troubled since we left the Spire.
It's Flounay's project. Can you imagine what a danger that might be in the wrong hands?
Ah. But if we spend our time worrying about everything that could go wrong, we would never accomplish anything.
Smart.
I suppose you're right.
Aloth is so annoying. He was annoying in the first game, he's annoying in the second. He's just the first wizard I had, so expect him out, right?
What can I do for you? You see anything you...
Let's see. Dexterity, 50 chance to reflect against spells. Yes, this one. Okay. Let's see if he adds anything else.
You see anything?
There we go. Okay, yeah, I say that's good. Let's see what else they have here. Just a lot of drinks, which I guess makes sense, but for some reason I was... Alright, now we're gonna go north. So loud. Y'all don't get height Y60. Thing is so fucking poorly thermodynamic. Like, the GPU is basically blowing and the air straight into a glass wall. It never ventilates correctly or well. This one is upper floor of the palace. Alright. So now I don't remember that. Unless it was this guy right here. Remember that was a dude. Jeez, dude.
So the crown granted your master an audience. How did it go?
Kira, it went tempestuously.
Outside your own plaza.
Back again?
Again, yes. Yeah.
Farewell!
Okay. Where is this thing? Upper floor of the palace. So it's gotta be here then. Let's see, cousin. Okay. Warden, shapeshifter. Dude, where am I? I'm supposed to go.
Allow me. Easily done.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking it. Alright, hold on a sec. Okay, so it turns out that if you start up the final maneuver, which I have, then this dude disappears, and you cannot complete or start any of his quests, bounties. So I just wasted some time. Whoops.
About the gods, I'm surprised you didn't give Ruanu a piece of your mind.
Ruanu is the Ranga of Tikawara. I cannot risk the company's interest here by offending him.
And I suppose he did do enough talking for all of us.
Oh, you can shut up, man. Anytime you want. Galleon. Probably should do a galleon, shouldn't I? Probably should buy all of them, man. Alright, we're doing it. There we go. Yeah, go away. Try and close this thing. Alright, so let's see. 2, 4. Is this better? It's got 120 and 40 millimeters first round per round. Trailer speed. I'm gonna forget all this, but 120 and 40. 120 and 40. So this has got better sail health. Combat speed 80. Travel speed is 80. Travel speed is way slower, and combat speed is slower. What? Oh, right, because it's this guy. 2 turns. Turn is 2 turns. Jab is 3. Triumphs. What the hell is this? I don't know what that is. Anyways, let's go back. 2 turns. Jab's 3 turns. Yes, I think this is fine to stay in. We're gonna leave. Alright, now they're back at it. Straight through this. Alright, what do you want? Attack. Let's get this over with. Yep.
You can't win. This isn't but you seem to think.
None of these guys are too tough, so that's good. I'll be pissed if anyone dies, though. I'm just saying. Ooh. Little kill.
nothing.
Go. Yay! So this thing leveled up. Talk with monitor. Okay, so we'll do that in a second. Precise missive. Okay, let's see. Alright, this letter has been folded into a square with clean, diligent creases. Officer walks the Deadfire carrying shards of heat scorched metal. The significance of these items cannot escape you, though the timing is a surprise to all. We should grasp this opportunity. Kill us, do not hide your act, for we work under the auspice of law. See to it that the metal gets into Izaz's hands. She wastes her potential in Perik's overlook. Periki overlook. Praise exiled queen. There's no quest for that. Interesting. Alright, it's very hard to believe that there wouldn't start a quest. Let's get to C. Utica is not happy. Alright, let's pause. We are going to talk to the sword. Why is it not letting me talk to the sword? It's not letting me talk to the sword. Damn it. Why? Why? Okay. Pushing the heals restored. That's hella good. I forgot to take care of all this stuff. Poison. Now we want bombs. Oh. We want resistant to solid inflictions. Burn damage shield, crow damage shield. Those sound good. Frostbomb. Actually, yeah, let's do that. And then, okay. Well, that's fine. These two are fine. This guy's fine. All right. We're gonna go to dunnage, cause why not? All right. Off we go. Oof, for a second I thought I was gonna have another attack. It's like, God damn it. God damn it. Lifter's refuge. Lifter's refuge right here. Okay.
What's a good word, Scuttler?
You don't have to worry
Hope
about
the Navy
that person
doesn't trouble
anymore.
you none over it. They tend to hold a grudge. Hey, you're better at this. Your next target. I knew you were. Kwaru helms the junk Kamat Ngati and lurks on the.
Alright, so we get there. I don't know why I did this, not my head. Alright, so now we're gonna go. I wonder where that. There's a lot of crew. Kuru. There we go. Veen is way over there. And we're off. Actually, let's not do that. Let's just go over here. What the hell is it going? Got dumb guy gets stuck. Come on. What is... Seriously, what's going on here? What? Alright, here we go. Unless I'm supposed to go around. Let's see if we have to do that. Quick. Unpause. And save it. It's trying to skirt them. There's plenty of ocean to sail and many lands to explore, but what lies ahead is worth them all. Should you choose to sail on, you suspect there is no return, not to the Deadfire you came to know. Continue forward. You set a course through the channel and into uncharted, turbulent seas. Andra's mortars rages on the horizon, a vast wall of roiling clouds and rain, punctuated by the silver flicker of lightning. The wind pushes against you as if it to roar whatever lies beyond from Junk's approach. Junk leads the fleet, crashing through the turbulent waters like an axe through armor. God's alive, Lucia mutters, staring up the storm. Oswald blinks at the blackening sky. Knew an old salt once who claimed the mortar was the edge of the world. I called him a fool. Now, though, Navigator's head shakes it sadly. Now, I ain't so certain. Head bowed slightly, grim Coldrain smiles. Today is a good day as any to learn what the gods have in store for us. Shit, I forgot to level up the crew. Shit, Captain, one of the hand cries. Hostile vessels inbound, forward port, with a shake of the head. Sorry. Lucia emits a grim chuckle. Suppose it'd be too much to ask to be let alone out here. The cross canyons of Royal Deadfire come in flutter, crack atop the masts of the approaching warships, each vessel bristling with heavy guns. The approach fleet numbers at least as many ships as your own, maybe more. Lucia frowns against the wind. The fleet's turning captain, sitting their guns port against the enemy. Waving her hat overhead, Longfrost whoops eagerly. Finally, some god's damn excitement. Hands look to you for their stations. Lucia eyes, hold yours. Crew's ready. She is ready. What are your captain's orders? Alright, so we can inspect the fleet. We can study the fleet. We can look over your companions. At hands to battle stations. We're joining the fray. Alright, let's just do number one. Inspect the fleet. Just shy of 20 proud galleons sailed with you, each flying scales and stars of the valiant trade company above, standard of individual cities and dukes. Gun ports at the broad-bottomed ship open to reveal dozens of dark-mouthed cannons. Study the enemy. 20 Ratatouille junk proud towards you in perfect formation, their angled sails full. Each armored vessel a deadly work of art, sporting a dozen brazen cannons. Soldiers stand at attention on the decks, rifles resting upon the... Alright, look at your companions. Polygina calmly surveys the enemy fleet. Her eyes swivel to you and hold your gaze for several long seconds before she gives you a sharp nod and moves to a forward position. Aloth is paging through his grimoire, looking at calm concentration on his face. He meets your eyes and smiles faintly. The deck vibrates as a cannon fire erupts from enemy and ally alike, filling the air with hot, hissing metal and banks of thick gray smoke. Lucia grabs your arm, thrusts a finger out towards the sea. They're coming at us, full sail with the wind at their back. A small fast ship has broken ranks with the Ratatouille fleet and bears upon you. Heavy armed armored warriors stand at the ready as the vessel on the vessel's deck, their eyes focused on your ship. Bring us about all hands prepare for combat. We're getting out of here. Let's take us into the storm, Bedul. Ooh, I like that one. I'm going for it. The deck presses against your feet as the junk comes about, and thunder of cannons fire vying for the thunder, continuously rolling from the mortar. Your ship straightens the bow point directly into the storm. You lurch forward as the deck pitches violently. You grab the aft rail to keep from going overboard. Beneath you, just below the surface of the water, swims some immense creature. It moves towards the battle, the water curling back like a parted skin on either side of the beast to reveal a monstrosity not of flesh, but of a slick audra and gleaming metal. The surface of the water gulges, then bursts with a roar like the crash of a surf. A dragon explodes from the water. The familiar scale form of the dragon that we saw in Nekataka sweeps low and wings outstretched just about above the white-tipped waves before spraying its briny breath over the metallic monster. The monstrosities turn on the sea dragon. They slam into one another, tearing each other with tooth and bang. Essence pours off the pair as they pound one another with their abilities at point blank. Oswald gasps, sweet merciful honor. I was not expecting that. Messes the bastard up good, shouts to Luke. Long Frost, the hand turns back, pointing. Did you see that? We got a goddamn dragon. More goes up. 15, go. Now, while I hold the attention of these beings, his voice echoes across your thoughts, or debts are cleared, Watcher. Lusa turns from the carnage. Captain, we might not get another chance. All hands look toward you. We've come this far, there's no turning back now. If this threatens everything and everyone we know, whatever you love, whatever you hold sacred, we're here to save it. Cut the cheddar, all hands brace for the storm. Just think of how much treasure await us on the storm. Say nothing. Let's do this. There's no turning back now. Let's be honest and whatever. Eyes closed and face turned towards the black clouds. Grim something whispers, nor has there ever been. The path was set before Waden marched on Durawood. Lusa nods. Sometimes the only one back is forward. The mate calls across the decks. All hands to stations. Time to show the gods what the junk be made of. Honor's mortar those before you and above you, dominating the whole of the world. Rain begins to fall. The storm of honor mortars encompass the visible horizon. Hurricane winds roar like an imprisoned beast, blowing with enough force to warp the very seas. Past this curtain of rain and above the swell of waves, you can just barely perceive the outline of a colossal alder pillar. You sail into the direction of the closest pillar, fighting the sea to keep a wide berth for the ravaging storm. Waves crash against the glowing surface of the Adra directly ahead. The animuses are too busy to concern themselves with choppy waters. Shouting orders over the wind, the team coordinates the pulling of the levers and spinning of the wheels to activate their machines. Many of them plunge their ears and mutter prayers to God. Others stand enraptured, gaze towards the approaching Andrea with a pair of astonished accomplishment. But the final leveler is engaged. Nothing happens. Your ship remains on a collision course with the pillar. Oh. Talking about the other ships that are behind me, I guess. As you scramble to brace for impact, one of the animators breaks away to retrieve a copper device that fell to the deck. She snaps it back into its setting on the machine and wipes the spray of water off in her brow, grinning and flashing a hopeful signal. The machine spools to life at once, and the Adra responds in kind. Reality grows hazy around the point of your prow, forming a rift that shadows the tip of your vessel with no time to spare. The breach expands to accommodate the rest of the ship, allowing you to sail through without resistance. The air thickens on the far side of the rift as you bob along at the real tide. Junk lists at a disconcerting angle, though your boots never leave the deck. With a gentle splash, junk dips down into the tangible waters as you maneuver through the other side of the rift. The turbulent winds and rains are at your back. Kaizu lies ahead. The ornate spires reach up from the island, hinting at the city within. Not all of Okaizo has withered the millennia with equal grace. Other structures jut and lean out of the surrounding shallows, making the waters around the island impassable by ship. You resolve to take a skiff the rest of the way. The rest of the way. I don't know why I did that with my fingers. But we're there. There we go. Oh shit.
You can't win. The only
Scarcely believe it.
Toss me something else. The only secret.
The rogue is so stupid. I like how she got kicked and immediately starts attacking Honduras.
There's a treat. Take that. This is as effective as you seem to think. I'm listening. Right away, if you insist.
Nice.
I'm listening.
Got a whole lot of good stuff there. It echoes so energy blinks up at you from the depths of the wreckage.
Already on.
Pilot debris humbles with ancient power. Oh wait, I forgot. I need to talk to my sword. All right.
That was amazing. You're so great at healing things. I mean, really great.
Well, thank you very much.
I feel incredible. Can we do it again?
Alright. So now I gotta deal that much more damage to Kit. So, yeah, these soulbound items they have these mini, quests that you must do to level them up. So I realized in that last episode that, oh, whoa. Okay, so I have to do one at a time, even though this is a cool city thing going on. As I was saying, I couldn't level up. I couldn't enchant the weapon to a higher level, so that's when I realized, like, oh crap, I need to do these quests. Anyways, they're easy quests, I think. Well, some of them might be. Alright. Grand Promenade. I almost said promenade.
I suppose we're heading straight into that.
Erosion has softened the bronze features, giving the proud statue a brooding air. Descending into the city would be suicide while the recent relentless storm rages on. Meanwhile, being on the top of this bridge is safe. During these hurricane winds, the furious of storms obscures the sprawling city below, but you can make out the shape of distant spires reaching up from the flooded ruins. Spirit winds tug on your soul with insistence, like a stern hand trying to pull a cloak from your back. You recall the last time you encountered a Beardwick. Feels a long time ago. There we go. It was gonna happen. Turn to your companions. So here we are. You look to your companions, who accompanied you this far, who risk everything to face the confrontation ahead. You're looking thoughtful, Aloth. Thanks for company, Palladina.
Once again, it seems you have led me into a divine mess. At least this time, we will see the gods get what they deserve. And thanks to you, the company will benefit in the end. I am honored to have served with you, Watcher. You are and will always be my camarada.
She steps close to you and thrusts out her hand. She holds her head high, pupils of her golden eyes revealing a blue inner flame. Turn the gesture by stepping close and grasping her forearm. As you clasp each other's arms, a wave of warmth flows through Palladina into your body. With the physical warmth comes emotional warmth, a deep sense of pride and love for the country and its people, her country and its people. You catch a glimpse of mirrored cities of valiant republics and dukes, bells, and paints. You see merchants, artists, and emissaries practicing the trades. You also see the faces of many of the paladins of the Brotherhood of Five Sons, though you do not sense warmth from her towards them. You do sense same pride and respect. Finally, you see your own face amidst the throng of valiant leaders and luminaries. You feel Palladina admiration for you as a companion of the country. And then gradually, the warmth slowly fades. You are staring into Palladina's serene face again. She places her other hand atop yours before nodding, releasing
Let us go. Aethys awaits us.
Alright. Palladina's golden eyes scan the ruins of Kaiser and storms around. She folds her arm over her chest, prepared for whatever is yet to come. Alright, let's see, Vatmir! Ready to speak the Dusk, Vatmir?
Perhaps you are the Dusk Speaker. I said a thing, thinking it a lie. Perhaps it was. Perhaps it wasn't. Who can say?
This guy's like...
It matters not.
Closer attorney to
let
the
us do what
Durham.
you came here to do, and then let us leave.
You're looking thoughtful enough. Aloth looks out as sprawling as the
5
city.
years ago, you controlled the destiny of thousands of souls in Sun and Shadow.
Paul is considering the vista.
But the choice you make today shall define the fate of every living thing in Aora.
Turns towards you. Curiosity shines in his eyes, but there's something else there. Pity. I know, I'm ready. I'm trying not to think about it. I have a responsibility to do the right in the world. I'll make the best decision I can. Whatever I choose, the world will be shaped just as much by countless factors outside my control. Boom! Truth. What do you think I should do? That's also a good one. Let's just do 4.
I suppose that's true. And I suppose it can be comforting to remember that.
Exactly.
I know you'll choose wisely. And no matter what happens, it's been an honor journeying with you. Again.
He puts his hand on his shoulder, meeting your gaze with a fond smile. Turn back to regard the great city before you. If you want to live forever, Yudwin, follow me here was not the way to do it.
It wasn't the threat of death my procedure sought to avoid, but that of rebirth. Now I face the god of rebirth, who's set on destroying the wheel. If I'd known in advance, perhaps I'd have held off on the experiment at sea.
Try not to get rebirthed.
Regardless, we
Reborn.
are here now, and I stand ready. Let us finish this.
Think you're right as it be. Let's go. Kind of useless conversation, but alright. Sentimental, you know.
Not a problem.
Tiny engraving reads, in memory of Doom Tapal and Nugati's first chosen. Nothing over here. I like how I'm dilly-daddling in the middle of a soul hurricane kind of thing. Andre's Spire. The Beardwick or whatever it's called. Alright. Shit is this? Can't do anything. Damn. Okay.
Consider it done.
Alright, though the device atop the tower spins in wild, blurring revolutions, the air around it is still calm. You stand in the eye of the storm, which has cordoned off Andra's mortar from the rest of Aeora for thousands of years. You see an antiquated control panel as levers engage in position of activation. A deep percussion shakes the tower by its roots. Somewhere in the obscurity of the storm, Aethys rears back his fist to deliver a mighty blow. The control panel has weathered millennia better than the rest of the city. A layer of dust covers its elegant glass tubes, engraved copper levers, which appear both intact and fully functional. Deactivate the machine. I don't know why they're saying there's dust on them when it's like, obviously it's raining. It should be like scum or something. Anyways, deactivate the machine. I'll leave. Nothing. I have to do this? I have to turn it off? Okay, alright. Deactivate the machine. You grip the largest of the levers and bring it up to its starting position. The vibration of the machinery gradually slows and turbulent winds grow calm. Uh-oh.
The machine controlling the storm winds down. The clattering of its machinery settles into a low whir and then, at last, hiccups to a halt. Beyond the tower, the black, roiling clouds of Andra's mortar roll away from the ancient city of Ukaizo, with only a tired sigh of wind to see them off. And on that last breath of wind, comes to you a familiar sound. The ring of a bell.
Alright.
The bell's ringing is soft. Not the clangor and torrent you've grown used to. It calls to your soul, and your soul yearns to follow it. Your soul flees from your body and into the beyond, chasing that sound. It leads you at last to Bareth's realm, to that cold platform and room of endless doors.
Watcher, your journey nears its conclusion.
The pallid night stands before you, her gaunt face impassive.
Finally, I'm nearly free of all this. What will come after this? I'm friend Bareth. Let's make this quick. I've got to engage with a living statue and I don't want to be late. Boom.
You rush headlong toward the end. Do you ever pause to consider where it is you are headed? Soon you will confront Aethys for what will likely be the final time. And you will do so as the Herald of Bareth, the only creature on the face of Aeora to whom he will listen. Remember that.
The pallid night inclines her head to you, black hair hanging lank in her face. She steps back and cedes the floor to Helia with a small, resigned sigh.
If Aethys truly intends to go through with his mad plan to destroy the wheel, a generation's worth of souls will be trapped in the in-between. So many would suffer. How can Aethys be so cruel? He cannot just abandon them. Aethys must help the Kith find a quick solution.
Abaddon strides forward.
Aethys thrust this crisis on the Kith. They did not bring it upon themselves. Their only mistake was in trusting us to watch over them. Who will help them rebuild their world now?
Aethys will reveal every secret of the gods. Will Kith be able to change the established order if they have no wonder to inspire them? Aethys must help them resolve this quickly. lest every one of Eora's few remaining mysteries be laid plain.
I'm so paranoid about people learning shit. Will Kith be able to change the established order if they have no wonder to inspire them? This must help them resolve this quickly. If Aethys' obligation is to help us fix what he's about to break, it's Aethys' obligation to help us fix. Should Aethys leave this decision solely to Kith? We're past the point of help. We need to be led. Should Aethys leave the decision solely to Kith? This is rational.
You have misgivings. Good.
Fuck Sky.
You should be wary of any help Aethys might offer you. With the wheel destroyed, Kith will tear themselves apart. It is the gods' duty to prevent that happening, lest they doom us all. And as Kith must be ruled, so too must the gods. I say that if Aethys is so eager to throw down the mantle of power and step aside, I shall take my rightful place as Queen of the Gods again.
Kith are strongest when they follow our lead, and we are strongest when we lead in turn. United in purpose with the gods, Kith can accomplish things that without us they could never have even begun. They must be shown their boundaries to surpass them.
Kith will not solve Aethys' puzzle on their own, and without an established order to fight against, the bonds that bind them dissolve, and they fight amongst themselves.
Yeesh. Skyn sounds creepy. So Andra and Skyn are kind of in agreement. We proved how ill-suited we are to lead ourselves. Perhaps you're right. Utica doesn't want them to solve it. She wants to be queen over you all. How can we trust you to lead us after this? Now we have to do this at our own pace. No, we have to figure this out at our own pace. Actually, yeah.
That confidence is what will save Kith, Watcher. Do not lose it when you stand before Aethys.
Boudica's firm hand is but the motherly smothering of Helia by another name. Mortals should have no special advantages. Only once Kith have striven to improve themselves through trial will they truly know their measure. Kith must suffer to find their strength if they are to survive the world into which Aethys drags them. Our intervention in your struggle would be a cruelty and counter to our purpose.
He lets his words hang in the air for a moment. Gaze, level with your own.
Indeed. Kith must discover for themselves what it is they are worth, and of what it is they are capable. What we do for them, they do not learn for themselves. Trial breeds ingenuity. If our work of generations was not in vain, Kith will succeed in spite of Aethys' actions.
What we do for them, they do not learn for themselves. Trial breeds ingenuity.
I have faith in Kith's ability to meet Aethys' challenge. Do not mistake my words for indifference, Watcher. They are born from a fierce belief in your potential, not a refutation of it.
Aethys wouldn't do this if he didn't agree with you. Maybe we're not doomed after all. Thanks for that. Utica has been dripping pessimism into my ear like poison. One of you has tried to convince me that mortals are destined to fail, but I don't believe it. You would abandon us just like that when we need you most. Spare me enough. Maybe we're not doing. Thanks for that. Utica has been dripping pessimism into my ear like poison. All right, give me a second. All right, I'm calling out Utica.
Margaret is blinded by her affection for mortals. She does not see that entropy is the destiny of all things. If Aethys were wise, he would destroy everything. End life. End reincarnation. End death.
I mean, that's what I thought he was doing. Also, obviously, you're kind of biased.
Kith have had their chance. It is time to let silence reign.
He's the oldest of the gods, so therefore he's the one that's been waiting for his calling the longest, which is to end this.
As Rimmergon's words fade, the pallid night returns. She no longer towers over you, a giant even among the gods, but meets you at your height. She lets the arms crossed over her chest fall to her sides. She speaks to you openly, plainly, an expression almost like tenderness, turning up the corners of her lips.
Well, Watcher, you know where we stand. What do you believe?
The wheel is your creation. You owe us you owe us your help in fixing it. I love that. Everything that's happened, everything that will happen is God's fault. We're better off without you. Sounds fair. And also the one problem with saying that the gods need to fix it is it's not going to be good. True change, lasting change, it's demands sacrifice. The coming days will be hard, but we'll be better for it. I like that. Things are fine as they are. If we can't stop Aethys from destroying the wheel, we should only rebuild it as it once was. No, I don't care. Gods did what they could. We'll take it from here.
I only suggest that you walk into this future with eyes wide, Watcher. The mantle of responsibility is a heavy one, broad though Kith's shoulders may be. Now the time has come for us to part, Watcher. I laid upon you a difficult duty, and you have discharged it well. You will be free of it in time, but not now. You have work to do yet. You are no stranger to hard choices. You killed Theos, and when his soul was laid bare before you, you chose to return it to the wheel. You made his memory his penance. Remember the strength it took to make that choice, and know that you alone may sway Aethys now. When you stand before him, choose your words carefully.
She claps her gauntleted hands together, and a sound like thunder rumbles through the room. As the floor crumbles and falls away beneath you, you hear the sound of a single bell ringing, and beneath it, the faintest whisper.
Sort of what? Oh, there he is. Is he naked? Ow. I just hit that thing. What is he attacking them? Oh, is that the wheel? That's the wheel over there. I thought maybe the wheel was the thing to the right. Consciousness returns in a wave as the last of the machinery's energy dissipates. The coming of the storm reveals the sprawling city around. Okay, right. So that's the thing that had the storm going. Around you like old man. Sand whipped from a mosaic. You see the distant outline of Aethys rising, his fist in triumph and purpose.
It seems we're all still here.
Alright, let's glance around, rubbing his head gingerly.
Good to see you awake. It seems the storm has passed.
She looks up from you across the city, her golden eyes scanning the new visible horizon. Peering over the edge of the tower, you make out a distant shape amid the ruins. An iron-studded warship has dropped anchor in the shadows, its cannons angled to the shore. The ship is nearly cracked in half, but the standard of the Royal Deadfire Company persists in flapping with the breeze. The empty deck tells that the surviving crew have long since boarded a skiff and rowed ashore, which means you're no longer alone in Kaizo. If ever there's a place for a final standoff, it's a Kaizo. Maybe they came to negotiate. Sigh and draw your weapon. Alright. Okay, I gotta go back here, I guess. It's interesting. Do I need to go back to the shore? There we go. Hazanui Koro approaches her weapons drawn. Her face is bruised and cut, and her uniform's torn from the rough journey, but her eyes are clear and focused on you.
What you people from lush, bright lands fail to grasp is that Rauatai isn't a storm-tossed spit of land. It's the Kith who stand together there. Okaizo belongs to us. We've earned it with blood and sweat, and no one shall take it from us now.
Why are we arguing with this when Aethys is destroying the cycle?
I can't stop him. Neither can you. But I can give my country a chance at weathering what comes next. Rauataians, defend Ukaizo!
Alright, let's do it.
Word and wrath.
Ah.
You beyond
It is no use.
I cannot to our lava beyond
Word and wrath.
Ready when you are.
That was horrible.
Word and wrath.
This doesn't usually happen, I swear.
Can't take it.
Oh, Olaf is done. Not good.
I'm here.
Perfecto.
Thick word and wrath.
Good.
The soldiers are tough, man.
This isn't as effective as you seem to think.
Oh,
There's a treat. Lava blue beyond sea.
I can scarcely believe it.
Just like that.
yeah. Down.
I'm here.
For the mage. Good.
If you insist. Lava blue beyond sea.
There we go. Switch back.
Die already. I'm listening. You're mine.
Olaf.
I'm here.
I wish they made the AI like run away when they're range and they get
I'm listening.
attacked, you know, like Olaf. Rather than
Straight away.
all right. So now this is how we get there. Okay.
You descend into the ancient winding streets of Ukaizo. Battered by storms for
Skulls and
thousands
blah,
of years, the ruins bear the marks of their role as the lone witnesses of the god's great secret at the center of the city. The houses and boulevards are pierced by great spears of luminous Audra. There are no ashen bodies, no birds, no sign or sound of any life. But with every step, the rhythmic pounding in the distance draws nearer. Soon, you can feel the vibration traveling up your spine.
Oh, there I am over here.
As you approach the center of the city, the weathered architecture gives way to more luminous Audra, piercing the ruins, eventually overtaking them entirely. Cresting the top of a fallen tower, you finally get a clear view of Aethys. He stands, legs astride, next to a great stone monument ringed with 11 cavernous alcoves. All but 3 hold a gargantuan skeleton, bones scrubbed clean by the city's storms. An immense Anguithan machine floats above the monument, suspended by invisible energy emanating from a well of light beneath it. Great brass rings spin around a core of metal and Audra at the machine's center. Periodically, Aethys's massive arms swing back. The movement alone is enough to draw great gusts of wind toward him. When they come down on the machine, the impacts are accompanied by eruptions of electricity, fire, and smoke. The hundreds of luminous Audra pillars across Ukaizo sympathetically dim in a rippling wave that spreads out from the machine.
Damn.
The only safe route to the god is a steep ascent along a monstrous pillar of luminous Audra. Intertwined with fragments of Ukaizo's ruins that it has carried through the centuries, the pillar bends in a long arc, towering above the machine. The pillar levels out near Aethys's head, a silent observer to the destruction of the machine it has grown beside over thousands of years. You weave your way along a treacherous rain-slicked path up the pillar's skyward side. As you arrive at the top, you catch Aethys's attention. Fist pulled back, he pauses to observe you. With the same gentleness he showed at Ashen Maw, he lowers his arm and turns toward you.
Strange to see Ukaizo in this way.
It's crazy, man. You're like just a little speck on his nose in comparison. Alright. Let's see how this looks though for y'all. Yeah, that's okay. So
it may be hard to picture, but this city was once full of life. The Huana, yes, but also Kith from many other cultures. Great hanging trees shadowed these boulevards. Gardens sprawled across the open rooftops. Each spring, a festival procession would wind its way from the hillside into this valley. The celebrants would pass through a steep walk among the stalls of foreign merchants, flowers falling upon them from all sides.
Oops.
All people of all nations, together in a celebration of new life. Such was the power and beauty of lost Ukaizo.
Okay. Oh, what's going on? The soul of Waidwin separates out from the masses trailing your wake. He looks up at Aothis and clears his throat. Ha! Ah! That's awesome.
Been a while, old friend. Waidwin, I did not think to see you here. But few things go as expected when the Watcher is involved. We were a good team. Once. But this isn't what we fought for. Ain't you just burning the harvest because you planted the wrong seeds? An astute observation, old friend. Consider instead that I am giving the soil back to those who till it. Spring must always follow winter. As long as there are people committed to finding the other side of change, the agony will not last. But thank you for challenging me as you did in fairer times. I haven't forgotten the lesson we strove to impart. You're welcome, I suppose.
Closes the service back away to offer you space. Shifts his attention back to you. Ellis shakes his head, looking up at
What
Aothis.
right do you have to do this? Destroy the wheel and leave us with nothing? Without even knowing what will come next?
Right.
Aloth, we are all gods and mortals, responsible for our own actions.
Yes.
But inaction carries its own moral responsibility. It is a burden I have carried for far too long. One must always do as their conscience dictates, even if that means abdicating a position of power.
I want you to know. I appreciate what you are doing.
Pallegina is agreeing with a god?
But Pallegina, you do so only because in this, you foresee the death of my kin. We have wronged you. We have wronged all mortals for far too long. But after this moment, you may see a change in my brothers and sisters. Humility can be good for the soul, even a god's. But what of you, Watcher?
Nice.
Why have you followed me? Have you come to bear witness to the breaking of the wheel?
I've come to ask you to take pity on the mortals of this world who will suffer for your actions. After you've gone, the gods will go to war with each other and with mortals unless they have a strong leader. Mortals are going to need a head start on things to prevent the gods from reestablishing control. You need to inspire them. I want you to go further from breaking the wheel. I want you to destroy it all. Only to bear witness. I've come to fight you. That would be hella cool. But definitely not this playthrough. That'd be so cool. I've come to ask you to take pity on the mortals of this world who will suffer for your actions. Nah. After you're gone, the gods will go to war with each other and with mortals unless they have a strong leader. So that doesn't answer why I'm here, unless it's to have Aothis be the leader. Mortals are going to need a head start on things to prevent the gods from reestablishing control. You need to inspire them. You want to go further from breaking the wheel? I want you to destroy it all. I want you to go further than breaking the wheel. I want you to destroy it all. How? What? Mortals are going to need a head start in getting this. Let's try that. Well, no, that would end everything, right? Mortals are going to need a head start and prevent... Yeah, so
Mortals are already inspired. It is what has pushed them on for hundreds of generations to reach this point in time. Animancy is poised to go far beyond what we Ingwithans ever discovered. Why does Helia think I should lend more power to mortals?
If it's truly to be the benefit of the mortals, you are obliged to set them on the right path, not just leave them stranded. I want to ensure the gods don't have the upper hand in struggle to come, because I believe in Kith, believe in our potential to do good in the world. I like this one.
It's true that even with all the advances in animancy, the gods will enter into this era much more well-prepared than mortals. From where should mortals draw their inspiration?
You should look to the future. Their imagination and inventive spirit should guide them. They should take lessons from eras past, the rich history of their cultures. No, because that would be war.
Very well, Watcher. I will ensure that mortals are inspired by my passing, that my power not be expended in vain. Indulge me in a moment's curiosity. There is something I wish to know about Eora, about Kith, that I can only learn through your eyes.
Which could I know that you don't? Well, look at that now. This is green terrible things. Not taking my eyes. I need them. Ha ha ha. No, number one, go on.
You followed me all this way, dodging an armada, navigating an impenetrable wall of storms, voyaging across uncharted seas, with the machinations of gods echoing in your ears, all the while trusting in the institutions of Kith to get you this far, and earning their trust in turn. Whatever else happens this day, that much is remarkable. I believe that mortals possess the strength to collaborate and shape a future of their own design. Not all of my brothers and sisters agree. By relying on others and coming together in a time of crisis, you illustrate my point. The gods will witness you and question their assumptions about how responsible, empathetic, and sophisticated mortals can be. What inspired your decision, Watcher? Did the choice echo your foundational beliefs? Or were you influenced by observation?
Good question. The Valiant has enough resources at their disposal to undo my change. We need ingenuity if we're going to survive is a logical choice. I want to prove Rudika wrong. She thinks moral cooperation is destined to fail. Someone made me an offer and I took it. Nothing personal. I don't owe you any of my explanations. We need ingenuity if we're going to survive. It's a logical choice. Actually, number one seems pretty heavy.
I thank you for your perspective. Yours is not the only opinion that concerns me. But for the moment, it offers much to consider. All I ever wanted for mortals was growth, transformation. Once, my brothers and sisters shared this goal. Some have forgotten themselves, giving into fatalism or tyranny. Others have succumbed to apathy. It brings me great sorrow that crisis is the only way to set the future in motion. Would that I could pass the responsibility of heralding your darkest hour to another. Never forget that trust and coordination between mortals brought you to this place. Your future is built on a foundation of hope, and you have laid the first stone.
Before this is over, it's my turn to ask questions.
Ask.
What happens
you are
after
entitled to any answer that is mine to give.
Alright, what happens after the wheel breaks?
The great work of the Ingwithans falls to ruin. Reincarnation as we know it will end. Souls which currently await new life in the beyond will be born into the world as normal. But their numbers will not replenish. Anything that dies will tarry in the void of the in-between, awaiting the motion of a wheel that no longer turns. Once the beyond has emptied, every birth will be hollow-born.
Oh, shit!
Other maladies of the soul may follow, and plague those who linger in life. Unless mortals work together to carve a new path,
the fuck?
The essence of life will be trapped in the netherworld. Gods will starve. Eora will grow silent and cold.
What? Dude, you could have told me this way earlier. How long until Aero is devoid of all life? Mortals aren't the only ones. Jeopardy, what you're doing threatens the gods. Why won't reincarnation just go back to how it was before the wheel?
When we tamed the cycle of reincarnation, we broke what had once functioned naturally and without intervention. The flow of essence will not normalize on its own.
That's not good.
Essence will simply pool in the void of the in-between, never passing through Adra networks to the beyond. The dead will be left to wander in darkness, confusion, and sorrow.
Mordecai sees this as a test. One, we are destined to fail. You had millennia to do this. Why now? You haven't figured it out. No, that's like that. How long until Aero is devoid of life?
A generation or more. That much essence is already poised to flow into Aora. But unlike an hourglass, no amount of turning will compel the sand to reverse its course. Should you choose, you could lay down your burden and trust in your children's children to set matters right. That depends entirely on you. By your reckoning, there are still good years to come. By ours, time is short.
Mortals aren't the only ones. Jeopardy, what you're doing threatens the gods. How can you trust the gods after what you've done? How can anyone trust the gods after what you've done?
Yes.
First one.
They must work toward a solution or perish. If that task is beyond their skill, then they no longer deserve their position. I would have them justify their right to lead. That could mean swallowing their pride and hearkening to the wisdom of mortals. Some, I expect, will perform better than others.
Alright, how can you just... Woodica sees this as a test.
Woodica is entitled to her opinion. If the intent of this test is to justify an uprising to come, that is more worrisome. The other gods must decide for themselves if mortals are ready to dictate their future. Should Woodica's tyranny prove the only alternative, mortals must prepare for a terrible conflict. Your perspective bridges eternity, Watcher. Many will look to you to mediate differences that could shake the very foundations of Aora.
Let's ask these other questions. How can anyone trust the gods after what you've done?
No one is worthy of unconditional trust.
Hey.
If you feel the gods are beyond forgiveness, then they don't deserve your obedience. Make your future one that doesn't require them. Should you choose to accept the gods, I hope that you temper your faith with skepticism.
You've had millennia to do this. Why now?
For several reasons. My strength was diminished after the Godhammer bomb, and assuming this form took incredible effort. With so many vying for control of the Deadfire, I also saw a ripe opportunity for mortals to cast aside their differences and stand together as one. They have never been more powerful, more capable. Because of this, the gods must justify their importance or be proven obsolete.
What if I say it? What if I say I haven't forgiven you?
I apologize, Watcher. There is nothing I can do to restore the glory of your hard-won and poorly situated estate. What happened to Cadnua was not personal in nature. I would have occupied the statue even if it was buried beneath Defiance Bay. Given your perseverance, I know that a second home cannot be distant in your future.
What happens next?
I must attend to my final work now. I cannot delay any longer. You have carried a heavy burden across the Deadfire, Watcher. Before I go, I would rid you of it.
No sooner than Aothos's words enter your mind than you hear one final dissonant ring of chime within you, then silence. The knot that formed when the pallid night first dressed you in the beyond is now gone.
You are free now. As free as any of us can be. Many will come to you for help in the years ahead. Animancers, priests, even the gods themselves. I have great hope for you. But always remember that your future is for you to decide. Use your freedom well.
Nice.
Aethys squares himself to the machine. As you move to a safe distance, he draws his fist back, and resumes his assault. The blows rain down with increased fervor, but the machine perseveres in spite of his efforts. Spreading his arms wide, Aethys draws power from the luminous Audra clustered around the valley. The energy courses through his body, limbs overflowing with intense light and waves of heat. He returns to his task, each strike bringing with it the sound of cracking stone and twisting metal, the flickering of luminous Audra across Ukaizo. As the ancient machine finally begins to succumb to his strength, so too does Aethys' body. Cracks appear along the hands, then race up the arms. Aethys does not slow his assault, but continues unabated. Its brass rings twisted. The machine spins erratically but withstands the relentless barrage.
Oh shit.
Aethys stands astride it and pummels the base of the machine. Soul energy begins to flare out from the machine's heart, warping the air with the intense heat. Aethys drives his right fist into the machine's center, the core of metal and Audra. The god lets out a deafening shout, something between a cry of anguish and a roar of exultation. You see Aethys' arm shatter upward from his hand through his elbow. A flash of light and heat bursts from the core, accompanied by a cacophony of destruction. The moment passes as Aethys' shout echoes throughout the valley. Your eyes begin to recover. The god's work is accomplished. The great machine of Ukaizo has been destroyed. The wheel has been unmade.
Interesting.
As Aethys' voice fades, the enormity of what you've accomplished sinks in. You have confronted a god. You have rediscovered the ancient city where the wheel was forged, and you have seen the wheel shattered. What comes next is uncertain, but already the legend spreads of the Watcher, who survived Andra's mortar and stood toe-to-toe with Aethys. On your recommendation, Aethys disperses his essence, and that of the thousands of souls within him, to centers of knowledge and learning around the world. Animancers, engineers, wizards, and scholars of all stripes make astounding breakthroughs in understanding and harnessing the phenomena that govern Aora. Under the leadership of Director Castall, and amply supplied with Ukaizo's luminous Audra, the Valian Trading Company unites animancers from around the world. The advances they make together promise to surpass even the work of the Anguithans. While some of these developments prove beneficial to Kith, others are decidedly less so. But such is the price of innovation. What remains to be seen is how, indeed whether, they will restore the cycle Aethys has broken.
He doesn't have an arm. You can see that.
At Ukaizo, the Valian Trading Company discovers a cornucopia of Anguithan devices and artifacts, as well as vast reserves of luminous Audra. Under Director Castall's leadership, the company is poised to become not only the foremost authority on animancy, but also the dominant power in Deadfire. The Songreta Mea Compressa quickly approves the construction of an academy at Ukaizo, in addition to several permanent settlements. With the Kahanga monarch reduced to a figurehead, the Huana tribes fragment further. Some profit by working with the Valiants, and others find themselves evicted from their old lands. But for many, life continues much as it had before. The Valians' business interests trump their enmity, and they allow most of the Royal Deadfire Company's ships and personnel to remain in the archipelago to trade.
Nice.
Rauatai's legendary cannons pose little threat to them now. After all, the Valians could not want for better leverage than Andra's spire. The storms across the Rauataian mainland subside along with those of Andra's mortar. However, Rauatai regards this respite with a wary eye, ever mindful that the machinery at Andra's spire remains under their foes' control. The influx of Valian business into Deadfire creates an unprecedented opportunity for the Principi Sen Patrena. Though their dreams of conquest have been squashed, There are more than enough prizes passing through to keep the captains in silk and their crews fed and content. And business is good enough that the Sangreta is willing to write off more than a few losses with each transit. The mysterious deaths of Governor Clario and Storm Speaker Ikawa provoke hostilities between the Valian settlers and the Huawan residents. What starts with angry words escalates to retaliatory killings as each side blames the other. By the time anyone bothers to question the strange coincidences surrounding their deaths, including reports of a cloaked Omawi woman seen in both the port and the village, both sides have gone too far to turn back.
Oh, that's a... Ah, man, dude. That was that one chick, with the bird.
The conflict eventually draws the attention of the Sangreta Mea Compressa. They dispatch a mercenary company to subdue the remaining Juana and select a strict hardliner to replace Clario. Port Mage becomes a cautionary tale for Juana tribes that would consider violence against the Valian Trading Company. As the balance of power changes in Deadfire, so too does Nekataka transform. The Valian Trading Company builds up the port in Queensbirth. The company's expanding presence, however, quickly outgrows the dockside district. Company facilities and personnel spread throughout Nekataka. The Kahanga leadership takes responsibility for the welfare of the Raparu.
Nice.
And the Gullet starts to improve.
Good.
What was once a den of crime, poverty, and illness slowly becomes a quiet haven for the Raparu. Though the loss of Skiarilafis's essence weakens the Water Shapers Guild, animancers with the Valian Trading Company offer a proposition. In exchange for knowledge of water shaping, they will develop a new source of essence for the guild. Some of the elders balk at sharing their secrets with foreigners, but the partnership that follows proves fruitful for the guild as well as the animancers. Your brief encounter with Letharn proves deeply influential for the children of the Dawnstars.
I don't know why my stream deck isn't working. There we go. Alright. Yeah.
Plagued with nightmares and haunted by the deaths at Hesango, Letharn begins questioning his faith in Aethys. At first, his fellow Dawnstars chide him, but that changes as word of Aethys's deeds at Ukaizo spreads. After all, what business have they worshipping a god who denied his own legitimacy? The faith of the children of the Dawnstars fades, but their commitment to the people of Deadfire does not. They continue feeding, healing, and helping the neediest, just as they have for decades. It is no longer a holy mission, but it is a mission all the same. Ruanu, the chieftain of the Juana at Tikawara, dies mysteriously. The tribe finds his body washed up on the same beach where Anaharu challenged him to the trial of waves. Some blame Anaharu's vengeful spirit. Others see it as Ngati's final judgment. And a few speak of a strange man seen lingering in the village. The leaderless tribe eventually scatters. Some head to Nekataka, while others seek out the Wahaki. The dragon, Neraskirlas, no longer passes between Aora and the White Void, and the dead flow slowly breaks apart, exposing the temple long frozen within. Under Halfjorn's guidance, the Harbingers of Dusk resettle within Remergon's temple,
nice.
Vowing to forever protect it from the defiling touch of outsiders. Over time, the group becomes increasingly reclusive and fanatical, attacking any who dare approach their home. Having vowed to enact Remergon's will as his Dusk Speaker, you find the god of decay and disaster a consistent presence in your life. You soon learn that there are innumerable objects, institutions, and people in need of ending. And the Beast of Winter does not hesitate in tasking you with ensuring those conclusions.
That's pretty dope.
Word spreads of the primal island of Kazuwari. once home to an arena that hosted bloody competitions and fearsome ordeals. Wild tales whisper that the spilled blood attracted a terrible beast of scale and fang that slaughtered those gathered at the island before destroying the great enchanted statue that oversaw the island's trials. Absent its guiding voice, Kazuwari descends into anarchy. A vast monstrosity of tentacles and flesh erupts from the Black Isles in the eastern Deadfire, before vanishing into the depths. None know what drives the titanic beast, nor where it will appear next, or what destruction it might wreak when it rises. Though your adventures alter the destiny of Aora and the balance of power in Deadfire, they also leave a lasting mark on those who travel at your side. Your companions find themselves changed, in ways both big and small. Adair returns to Hisango, where he reunites with Byrne, the son of his former lover, Alava. The boy takes heart in Adair's account that Aethys and all the other gods were false, petty, and unworthy of the love of Kith. Realizing how close he came to dying for this cause, Byrne finds renewed purpose in working alongside his uncle to repair the many scars left upon Deadfire by the gods. Under Adair's guidance, Byrne grows into the kind of irreverent, stubborn hothead that would have made his mother proud. And Adair visits her gravesite, often to tell her so. Shodi is not a priestess who understands the meaning of subtlety. As such, she makes her girlish crush on Adair painfully obvious from the moment she first sets eyes on the strapping fighter. Early in your travels, Adair appears discomforted by her persistent flirting. He often grimaces when she sidles up to him, and he takes endless pains to keep their conversations terse and to the point. But after a little smoothing on your part to nudge them in the right direction, Adair makes an effort to view Shodi with an open mind. And Shodi begins teasing the veteran fighter in a more companionable and less amorous manner. After saving each other's hides a couple times and sharing more than a few laughs, the two form an easy, and you suspect, lifelong friendship.
It's interesting since we were supposed to be a couple in our game. So.
Seemingly lit with an inner glow, Shodi takes to a new life of mission work with gusto. She still is committed to shepherding souls forgone, but having realigned her goals with that of her fellow Dawn Stars, she now endeavors to help the living as much as the dead. As you travel the Deadfire, you find her sleeping better and laughing more often. When the time comes for her to return to her temple in Nekataka, it's with a clear wistfulness and much lip-biting on her part. She leaves you with her sickle and a hastily scrawled note. It reads, "A keepsake from a path once walked. Remember me, Watcher, for I will forever dream of you."
Aww.
Though the two of you no longer travel together, Shodi holds fast to the memory of you in her heart, remaining your fierce and doting girlfriend, faithful even in her absence.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
You receive a missive for every day apart, though they often arrive in a single bundle some weeks or months past. In them, she writes of how she misses you, how you are like a fire that burns inside her, how one day surely you will be reunited again. Until then, she prays for your safety as she continues to labor in service to Gon. Aloth renews his commitment to destroying the Leaden Key. With the wheel broken, loosening the god's stranglehold on Kith is more urgent than ever. It is a lofty goal, and one he does not expect to finish in his lifetime. But if there's one thing he's learned from the Watcher, it's that a single person can change the world.
Just not you, dude.
Seraphin seems little impacted by your journey. Always knew the gods were larger than me, he tells you, on the evening he decides to part from your company. He's too long put aside those he cares most for. He confesses over a bottle of rum, and he's got leagues to sail to make it right. The following morning, he's gone, leaving only a crude stick figure rendering of Aethys, scrawled into the hull to mark his passage.
Fuck, bro.
For assisting the Watcher in securing Ukaizo for the Valian Trading Company, Pallegina is honored in a ceremony at Biajepe, attended by all 5 of the Duke's bells.
Nice.
Duke Ramasi is so overjoyed by his good fortune that he offers Pallegina a boon. She immediately takes the Duke up on his offer by requesting that the ducal charter of the Fremas Mes Conxualias be amended to allow the admission of women. Soberly, the Duke accepts, much to his chagrin. The following spring, the Brotherhood admits its first 5 girl cadets.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Following her triumphant return to the Republics, Pallegina is assigned to be the personal guard of the Duchess Sparento. She excels in this role, and is favored by the Duchess above all other members of the Brotherhood. Their close relationship causes friction with the Duchess's husband, the Kanta Maraba. His impotent annoyance becomes the subject of courtly gossip, and the inspiration for a well-received farce, staged at the biggest theater in Otsia. Despite her good fortunes in the Deadfire, Pallegina mourns the loss of Jackalow for years. She curses herself for not finding her friend sooner, for not protecting him from Captain Tutzadl and his crew. On a few lonely nights, Pallegina composes letters to the Watcher, asking what more they could have done to save him. They are never sent.
Damn, that's sad.
Pleased with the Navy's conduct throughout the Deadfire campaign, Maya returns to active duty. She can find a free drink and a sharp salute anywhere she goes in Rawatayan territory.
Nice.
In recognition of her performance, the Navy attempts to give Maya less strenuous work. She flatly refuses, throwing herself into the fray whenever she can. Her rifle never has time to cool. Though Maya's covert assignment in the Deadfire is considered a success, few claim knowledge of it or openly congratulate her. She receives no praise beyond knowing glances or the occasional raised tankard from her countrymen. She never responds. She looks forward to seeing her brother again. So does Ashiza. Takehu distances himself from the problems of the Deadfire, giving the tribes a reprieve from godlike omens. And Gati's silence speaks volumes. The Huana grow to rely on each other, paving a new way forward divorced from their traditions. Soon after he departs Nekataka, distant tribes report of unusual and salacious water sculptures appearing on the shores. These quaint visitations are widely celebrated. The identity of the artist, ever an open question.
That's pretty fucking funny.
Your farewell is short and cordial. Nothing further needs to be said, and you wish each other well. Takehu does not look back.
He's got skills.
The sea feels restless in his absence. Your pursuit of Aethys and your journey to Ukaizo signal the end of forces that have shaped the lives of Kith and the course of nations. The cycle of reincarnation has been broken. The storms of Andra's mortar have calmed. Yet each ending promises a new beginning. As the sun rises over Ukaizo, Kith turn their gaze eastward, wondering at what lies beyond, and at the world they will fashion for themselves. As the Watcher of Cadnua and the former Herald of Bareth, you return to your ship and begin the long journey home.
I thought I'm in the
hope for calm weather.
Thing. Wait, Bill. Anyways, as you guys can tell, that was obviously inserted with the DLC. So that last bit, you know, should have been omitted since I pledged to Ragran Grinder. Still can't say this. Alright, what's going on now? Gotcha. Alright, that is the end. That was awesome. Alright, I'm going to get going on trying to play the other playthroughs, the other endings, and see you guys next time. Stay tuned.